Hello, class. I'm John Herrera. I was just going to present for everyone some sustainable solutions for pool heating. I think there's a lot of, oops, sorry, there's a lot of interesting things that go overlooked in pool heating, and that there's a lot of good solutions in the future coming that maybe solar power can actually take over most of the other common types that we're going to see today. I feel like some of them have some pretty nasty byproducts, and some of them do not do as good of as efficient as a job as some of the other options like solar and heat pumps. I like heat pump pool heaters as well. Anyway, so swimming pools, right? We're in sunny South Florida. There's lots of swimming pools. I'm pretty sure everybody's neighbor has a swimming pool here in Miami. So with that being said, there's a lot of demand for heating, maybe during the not so much here, but there's other places in Midwest where pools are becoming, a very common thing as well. They're trending very high in the US. So there's a lot of people building pools, and with that comes pool heating, right? Because a pool is only as good as when you're in it. So if your pool is very cold and it's not the right temperature, you're probably not going to be in the pool for a very long amount of time. So we're going to move on. So there's uh four common pool heating systems that you can find out in the market today. You have solar heaters, heat pump pool heaters, gas pool heaters, and electric resistance heaters. Um, they're completely different from one another, but they employ different energy sources and mechanisms, and they have their own different advantages and limitations. And you're going to be looking at these systems, and you're going to be really judging what the situation is and what the case is, and it's going to be more case by case type of scenario when you're choosing these systems for a certain customer or a buyer. So solar power heaters are among some of the most effective and sustainable. And I really enjoy these solar heaters. I actually have some in my pool, in my backyard. They're very easy to maintain. You don't really do anything to maintain them that much other than replace after a certain amount of time, and very low operating costs, and very friendly on my wallet. So this particular one here on the image on the right is the Heliocol solar uh, pool heating system, which it works by circulating water through the solar collectors in the panel, which is the rivets, and then it's typically mounted on the roof. And yeah, this is another system by Fafco, the Solar Bear, which is a pool heating system for basically high performance. I'm pretty sure this system is a little bit more expensive than the Helical, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a little bit more suitable for pools that are not, if you're not looking to have your pool be uh, how do I say this correctly? Not for a residential um, person or buyer or customer. This is more for commercial use. And anyway, the solar heaters have an average efficiency range between 50 and 80%. That's what this solar is more for solar panel system. Heat pump pool heaters. They have another great advantage of these is that they are more efficient than traditional electric resistance heaters, and they really do hold their value actually in the market. They actually do pretty well as far as years go. they do hold their value. So whoever does buy them, um, they don't depreciate. So uh, let's say you want it's a lot more found in hotels use these type of heaters, but the solar panel heaters as well, but not as often. Maybe a small motel, but yeah, you're gonna have a heat pump pool heater or a gas at a pump pool heater at the most commercial places. But you could use that other solar panels. What I've read on their website at least. So back to heat pump pool heaters. They extract heat from the surrounding air using refrigerant coils and they transfer it to the pool power. It's pretty simple. Um, the heat pump pool heaters, they're basically an option that utilizes advanced technology to maximize high performance while maintaining eco-efficiency. But what that means in short terms is that with a coefficient of power between 5.0 and 6.0, they can deliver 5 to 6 more times energy than they consume in electricity. So these are really efficient machines. Um, these are probably uh, the most efficient, I want to say, outside of solar panels because, they have pretty much no environmental impact. So I really am a sucker for the solar panels. Gas pool heaters. These are you're going to find in commercial applications like I was talking about earlier. Well, they're very simple. They're just combustion engines and, they heat the pool by exchanging energy that way, but with internal combustion. So we're going to move on. Um, it this is a natural gas or propane heater, and it actually does it's one of the higher end ones. I just wanted to show this one as an example. If you go to a hotel or something and you see something like this is what it is. So you know. So electric resistance heaters are pretty interesting. They they're actually used in small to medium sized pools and spas, especially in indoor and warmer climates. They're very good at keep maintaining certain temperatures for extended periods of time, from what I've researched. So yeah, they're very sophisticated. They require a little more maintenance though, as well. So. This is a compact unit. It's smaller, so it's easier to go into a spa or a pool area. What should I consider when I'm buying? I should consider climate, the pool size, the intended uses, the budget, and the environmental concerns, right? Because the environment is key. Energy use. This is a little graph here showing the progressive amount of annual energy use and CO2 emissions by the heater type. So obviously you can see solar heaters doing nothing, heat pumps, gas heaters, big spike, and the electric resistance even on top of that. So um, electric resistance heaters contribute a lot because they're electric powered and coal powered grids. They have to use coal in order to power the electricity that these machines are using. Installation and maintenance. So when we're going to installation and maintenance, there's a lot of complexity and there's a lot of things that need to be maintained in some of these machines sometimes. It depends on what system you go to choose, of course. But let's say, for example, you would need to check, your solar panels for cracks, or you would have to check your gas pumps for leak. You know, you're gonna have certain deficiencies depending on what system you choose to go with. A cost analysis and return on investments. I would say that the best uh, investment for you as a buyer, if you're going to move on in the future and buy yourself a pool one day in sunny South Florida, it's probably going to be the solar panel. It's just, these are going to be the best option. I love my solar panels. They're great. And yeah, that's it. This is a beautiful picture of a pool next to the beach, because why not? Um, and I'm sure this pool doesn't need much heating, but if they did, it would probably be solar panels, right? Because look at all that sun, free energy. So yeah, so selecting your pool heating system will determine what type of experience you have in your pool. So I just want to leave you with that, and that make sure that you do your own research and you know pick the right system for the right case for whatever it is your case is, whether it's commercial or residential or a spa, because they're a little different. Between those three, you probably be picking a different system. But yeah, have a great day, guys.